Yeah, mate, this is sick. Hey, Steve, we're shooting in 4K, man. Right, Peter, just tell people what your name is. I know what it is, but...
Yeah, so I'm Peter Walker and I'm the Artistic Director of Luxmuralis.
Nice, okay. Now, this is the first time you've been to St Bees.
Yeah, lovely place. Having a great time here. Lovely church, lovely atmosphere and great place to produce work.
Yeah, and good turnout.
Unbelievable turnout. It's packed inside the church. There's massive queues. This place is buzzing with people coming to eat, so it's a fantastic atmosphere. Great event. Great event.
Well, the feedback, you've seen the feedback on there. That was brilliant. It doesn't matter whether you were 3-year-olds, 7-year-olds, 70s, 80s.
Yeah, well, that's the way we try and produce this work. So people sort of forget it's artwork. It's all about that immersive experience. So people, as you say, people of any age can come in. They can sit there and just watch the lights and listen. They can try and get into the message and what it's about. But it's really about bringing the whole community together in a place everyone knows, seeing friend and family all in that place all together and enjoying immersive artwork.
Okay, I'll tell you what was really nice. I seen a mate last night and I spoke to him this morning. He's got like a 4-year-old girl who's like severely disabled, autistic, and he said to us, he said, Spud, the fingers were moving and the eyes were rolling, and that's when she's happy.
It's lovely, isn't it? But this is what a lot of people forget actually, is what art is about, especially fine art. It's about the human condition, it's about us. And when fine art is produced and put on show for people, it allows us to connect with our existential self, and that's why people, no matter who they are, whatever their background is, where they're from, as you say, we get people with a whole different range of abilities and disabilities into the events as well. It allows them to really experience that human condition in their own way, and the music and the light and the sound really brings that out of people. And we find that sort of with statuary, with sculpture, with fine art, with light and sound, all of those things, if we have more of it in our life, it really brings it out of people. So great to work here and to have those sort of reactions.
Well, his words were, it was for her, that was like watching a blockbuster movie, because you can't watch it.
But it's the perfect response, and it's exactly what we try and do. So if you think back to what these places were years ago, when we were living in huts, there were stained glass windows with light coming through. You would have gone in there, that would have been like watching a movie. So what we say we do is we create the stained glass windows of our time. So by using moving light and sound, it's like using technology. We've all got in our pockets phones, we all watch television, we go to the cinema. It's like using that technology, but to create artwork in these places and tell contemporary stories. So that's what we're all about.
Well, when I went and seen the first one, which was God, the universe and everything on space, anyway, in Carlisle Cathedral 4 years ago, my response was, this must have been what it was like for people coming from the country in the very first time they were just stepping into a cathedral.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we try and achieve. And but now you're walking in with so much noise, so many visual stimulus in your mind when you walk in those places. Sometimes we forget that those buildings were created by artisans, every inch of them. So and we also forget, over hundreds of years and through the Reformation and Henry VIII and whatnot, all the colour was stripped out the churches. So when we put that colour back in, you're getting this small sense of how those stories were told with paint in the past, but now with digital. So it's like walking into almost the sort of the sound and the physicality of what those buildings would have been like.
Right, okay, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. How did you come up with this, man? What's your background?
So I'm a fine art sculptor. So I've done it since I was 14. Poetry, music, all that. Always been an artist, never had a job. And then
and you still haven't got a job?
Still not got a job. And for 7 years, I was the artist director in Lichfield Cathedral, right in the middle of the country. And I was given basically the cathedral as a blank canvas for 7 years. So over that time, we started to work out what can we do, how can we get people to walk through, what can we do to create sort of big experiences for people and tell stories in different ways. And over time we've nurtured this methodology, and there are a few other people who do things inside buildings, but there's nowhere else in the world is there anything in the way that we do it. So it really is unique, and that's why bringing it to places like this and what the team here and Paul has done from the council to bring us here is to take work which we work at the Tower of London, Canterbury Cathedral, Winchester, Durham, all these places. To bring it here is fantastic because it's what we're all about, is taking work to where people can't actually always see it on a daily basis. Fantastic to be here.
Where did you find your soundsmith?
So all the music's done by my colleague David Harper. He writes the music for every Luxmuralis show. We've worked together since we were 14 and 16 years old.
All right, so
Yeah, we've been working together since over 30 years. There you go.
Right, okay. What is it? Who is it? Elton John and what's the writing?
Yeah. It's a similar thing, but I think because we know each other, and you've seen this because you've seen some of them.
Yeah.
The music and the visuals, it's not like using a bit of Mozart and putting some images over it. It fits hand in glove. It's sort of a perfect sort of synergy between the two things, and that's what we've nurtured over the years. We've done now 70, 80 of these, and we're approaching 1 million people now who've seen our work in churches and cathedrals. So it's a lot of people come out to see this work.
Oh, well done, man. I love it. I was there to 2020, 21, 22. Right, well done, man. Like Luxmuralis, just for those that don't know how to pronounce it, it's Luxmuralis.
And it means light murals in Latin, or sort of. So we're putting light murals that move and articulate and dance on the side of walls, and that's what we do.
Happy day. Well, here, man. Peter, well done. Love it.
Cheers, mate.
Thank
See
you.
you
Cheers.